AITA for telling my brother's girlfriend to F off? This is a throwaway so I don't completely embarrass myself on my personal account. BC This is a little crazy. My wife and I, 39, lost our teenage son earlier this year. It's been heart-wrenching. My wife actually got fired from her job. She fell into a deep depression, as can be imagined. My brother has a girlfriend, 22. She dabbles in the spiritual world and into all that kind of stuff. 3 nights ago we had them over for dinner for my youngest birthday party. In front of my depressed wife and my 2 young children, 8 and 11. She says, "I can feel your son here." I say, "Excuse me?" She tells my wife that she can feel his presence here, and that she just knows she can help us make contact and help us with closure. My youngest is confused, starts crying. My wife's on the verge of tears. My brother's staring at her in awe, like it's this great thing. I told her she needed to stop that or she could leave. She got upset and said she was trying to help us with closure. That I don't understand. I told her to F off and leave. My brother got angry at me. We got in a big argument. They left. My wife is upset but thinks maybe I should have listened to her. She's desperate. My brother texting me how disrespectful I was to his GF and I needed to apologize. That's not just something you say to grieving parents. AITA? You, sir, have fantastic restraint and are NTA. I'd have a hard time not physically throwing her and your brother out my house if I had been in your shoes. As another person said, there's a time and a place for everything, and this wasn't either one. You all are obviously still moving through the grieving process and need time to heal your souls. After something as traumatic as losing a child, you have my sympathy for that, and I hope you and your family can truly heal to where it won't hurt so terribly anytime someone brings up your son in the future. It took me a few years to get there after cancer took my father at a young age. As the GF is fairly young and is maybe used to people that humor her spirituality and appreciate it even. Maybe she didn't realize it was inappropriate in this case. However, your brother is a real off for not only not stopping his GF, but even defending her and arguing with you about it. My advice going forward: text your brother back about the complete lack of social awareness of his GF and the trauma it caused to your family with what she said, and hold firm about not apologizing to her. Nor is she welcome in your house or around your family until she can apologize to you and your family and keep her damn mouth shut. Dang. I'm getting angry on your behalf. Sorry, not sorry about that. Losing a child is one of the most devastating experiences a parent can endure. And she crossed a line by making such insensitive and inappropriate comments. She was disrespectful and hurtful to your family, especially to your grieving wife and confused children. You firmly shut down her intrusive behavior to shield your loved ones from unnecessary pain. You stood up for your family in a difficult situation, and you have every right to defend their emotional well-being. Your brother should respect your boundaries and should understand that your actions were to protect your family. NTA. Please do not get sucked into this kind of nonsense which only prolongs the pain and sorrow. I am so sorry for your loss. The pain must be immeasurable. However, even if someone believes in psychic powers, it is unbelievably cruel to just talk in this manner. She clearly wants to be the center of attention and believes that this is an appropriate way to insert herself into the situation. NTA. That she would take that vile tack. She sounds awful. Like a real conwoman and vulture, aka mediums that prey and feed on pain. You showed remarkable restraint. NTA. Your brother's girlfriend was hugely out of line. This is not something you say in front of a child or grieving parents. NTA. That was attention-seeking behavior on her part, and tacky as hell. There is a time and a place for everything, I guess. And your response was, in my opinion, totally appropriate. NTA. I once went to a funeral where someone tried to pull this nonsense with the grieving daughter. It's nasty. I told her so with vigor. Jesus, I would have called her out on being an emotional predator so fast. Then told her to never speak to my family again since she was a sick attention whore. You were acting in the defense of the well-being of your family. Please talk with your wife about your brother's GF's mental issues and the damage she's trying to inflict by attempting to control your family emotionally. Counseling for her in the penalty box for your bro. So NTA. Sorry for your loss. Beliefs about death and an afterlife are entirely personal. She's very young, so I won't attribute her lack of tact to malice. But what really struck me was, she knows she can help us. You don't go pushing your ideas on anyone, but especially not grieving parents. Read the room, sweetie. Now I've been to mediums and they always say we do things with consent. Keyword consent. She did not have that. She was completely, utterly and immensely disrespectful, and your brother as well for backing her up. NTA at all. Now you have an issue with your brother. You need to explain to him what she did was not asked, it was not requested, and it was uncalled for. Her age is not a factor here. She's 22. She knows better, so does your brother. You need to explain to him she will not be getting an apology. You and your family are the ones owed an apology, not only from her but from him as well. NTA. She is the biggest arsehole imaginable. Even if she apologizes, she should never be allowed unsupervised access to your wife or your children. Her beliefs are harmful, crass and disrespectful to your family. Psychics, spiritualists, mediums, etc. all exist solely to profit from the bereaved and attack when their prey is vulnerable. You are very vulnerable, so she is attacking. The only redeeming factor here is that she's only 22 and may grow out of her naive nonsense. NTA. What an awful thing for your brother's girlfriend to do. Dear God. NTA. She was out of line. She overstepped boundaries, and it's unacceptable for her to exploit your pain for her own agenda. This was incredibly insensitive and disrespectful. Grief is an incredibly personal and difficult experience. Not only did she disrespect your family's emotions, but she also caused unnecessary distress to your grieving wife and vulnerable children. Until she recognizes the gravity of what she's done and shows genuine remorse, she has no right to demand anything from you. Your brother's GF is a psycho, and you can tell him to keep her away from your family. INTA. She is taking advantage of you and your family. If she had this gift, the least she could have done was do this in private, away from your kids and possibly your wife. NTA. Completely inappropriate. I understand that she truly believes in these things, but anyone who is spiritual, religious should absolutely know the time and place for sharing those beliefs. Coming from a Catholic with many friends of various spiritual, religious standings, it should be common sense, and to not respect that is so appalling. Absolutely inappropriate response. She should have stopped the second you responded in that tone, and she saw the reactions of the people around her. I hate people like this. I took a 2-hour class online. Now I'm a certified hypnotherapist. I read a book. Now I'm an expert in psychobabble something. I have always had a connection to the other side. These people are narcissistic who do a ton of harm while thinking they are doing good. Keep her away from your family. NTA. Even though I don't like that stuff myself. I get she might have wanted to help your wife rather than upset her. But the kids are too young. It confuses them and hurts their grieving process. You were right for standing your ground.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.